Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this is suicide note forgery. What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impacts herself. It is a fake. Oh man. Oh. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Miss Impacts, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Correa. Mr. Correa? Well. Looks like Miss Impacts never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Ungard. However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed fake, Mr. Ungard could not have known that, so that fact remained unchanged. Sorry, Ninian's down here clawing crap out of me. Ow! Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had applied to possess it. That does sound very plausible. The defense believes that this theory the prosecution has stated contracts testimonies. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. Ungard to know it was a fake. What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera! Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth earlier claimed that Mr. Ungard knew of the existence of this note, because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then that means Mr. Ungard would have known that the victim's note was forged. So then the defendant knew the suicide note was fake. And that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very drastic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution theory as to what Mr. Ungard's motive for murder was, it was suddenly disappeared into thin air. But, Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Ungard monitored Mr. Correa 24 hours a day, or that the victim wrote off the note in a place Mr. Ungard didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us the proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Order. Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like this time it is you who've dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you're not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what's next? What's next? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Ungard's motive, though, through evidence, then we must agree it was from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Unusual? Well, what's that sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? Witness is the one who perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was the killer that hired Shelley the killer to commit murder. That's impossible. No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? Yes, go on, who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelley the killer. Oh, Mr. Shelley the killer. Wait! Shelley the killer? You mean the killer, the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright? Yes? Is that alright with you? The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Well, I mean, if he can't be there, then oh well. Is there no... Let me guess, he's gonna be on like a cell phone or something. Witness, your name and your occupation, please? Up at the new fort. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer, and I'm a professional assassin. You know they could... I say! What is going on here? Your Honor? How can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now. It came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So this must be what's that urgent phone call he had about earlier. Oh no, this will not do. I can't allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure if this is the real Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya! A voice! Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defendant has no objection to this person. We are satisfied that this is indeed Shelley the Killer. It looks like we run into yet another unexpected turn of events. I mean, they can still trace it and they could be like, I put them forward, you know. I mean, come on. I think they should have just called on the phone. Okay. Now then, witness, there is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Correa, is that correct? It is as you say, I did indeed kill Mr. Correa. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. This is that's it, a bad dream. Ah, with you there, Joe. I'm there with you, Judge. Look at Yin Yin, guys. Oh wait, you can't, cause Yin Yin. One, she's underneath my chair. Two, you guys can't see Yin Yin unless they're spying on me right now. Or you can watch one of the old shorts. There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than trust between a client and himself. That's the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp the concept before I give the name of the client. I don't know what with Mr. the Killer seems to be very clever, this man. It's almost he seems to be mocking us. Well, he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor. Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He's no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean this trust between his client and himself? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examinate? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. The trust between you and your client. He's threatening? They would certainly... That's enough, please, no more. Very well, it was only a hypothetical anyway. Really? I'm gonna respond. Come on. Ow! That's the reason I'm here today. Oh, I didn't get that. Ow, stop biting me! Stop! No, no. Yeah, the judge is gonna get clapped. He's gonna walk out and then all you hear just, ow, he sprayed me. No, you just hear, and he gets sprayed with mace. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. Afraid I cannot do that. Still have a few things to say before I do. Not good for your health to be so aggressive. I mean, agitated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Okay, so now that you... I'm just gonna... Oh! And that's why you feel you can portray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid I cannot proceed. I mean, we cannot proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think, really. In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. Maybe. What is it? Now I can't think. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness? What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Correa? Person name is... Adrian Andrews? What? Witness? That's not what... I mean, who you told me it was earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it's Adrian Andrews. What? I highly doubt it's Adrian Andrews. I think he's just saying that. That can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? I guess it's that Mr. DeKiller just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? Sure, in order to get an audience with the court. Mr. DeKiller told him a different name. Matt Ungard, perhaps? I knew it. This is outrageous! I was deceived! Witness, I mean, the witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. Oh, you killer! My testimony is the truth. The defense at this moment is Matt Ungard. Am I correct? I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Why would you care about that? It feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. Oh, the audience are like, the fuck just happened? Prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, this is a possible. There's a possibility the defendant himself knew it was fake. Most definitely of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. DeKiller's client, who has requested the murder, is not the defendant at all. No. All this evidence is obvious to me that this is Mr. Matt Ungard is innocent. It seems to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you reach the verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Andrews in. What now? With the way this is going, Ungard will be found innocent. Maybe our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer's lying at Ungard. My client, I know he's guilty. Can I live myself like this? Maya told us not to. Like, don't win like that. Who would have believed that the own prosecution, own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question witness. Surely the killer is definitely lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. The testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews. The suicide note may have been fake. But that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Han's death. It was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That's testimony just now. You have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But the killer has testified. He's named you as a client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that point to you. The knife and a button donning the nickel samurai costume. But that's you even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impact has a huge part of your life. You wanted to follow her and you wanted revenge against those who hurt her. I would say that you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. I know. Mr. Wright, you know the truth. Tell them the real story. Tell them who the real killer is. Please help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright, we know the truth. We can't lie, and I'm not going to. Even though I want Maya saved, Maya would not be happy if we saved her like this. Your Honor, I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defendant. I have to decide. My phone's dying. Maybe that's not even on. Phoenix, I can't do it, Maya. I can't accept a not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Matt Hungard is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with something like this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrew be convinced, get convicted, then I am no better than Hungard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact. And it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten Hungard convinced convicted so many times over, but he has never taken a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? Never thought about it until now. But I trust him? Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further the question. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. See through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. I'm taking it very serious, Your Honor. Miracle will occur. I feel like it will. Very well, let the trial continue. Mr. Edward, please re-establish connection with Mr. DeKiller. Right away, Your Honor. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little bit more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else do you want me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That's how things are usually done. But what shall we have him testify about now? Mr. DeKiller, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. This isn't any wonder no one likes going to court. There's a few reasons. Most of them don't like going because they know they're going to jail. Right after. As I already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Correa was dead. But even more appalling is the creation of planting of the knife in the button. The act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. This is the most unexpected turn of events for the fifth time now. However, this time everything has finally been revealed. Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edwards? We still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimonies like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness, as if I had a choice here. Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then I'll be exposed to lies in the oh-so beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes two of us. Well, I mean, like, this entire time, this fucking loser. Why do you have to take me, Maya? What is it, Mr. Wright? I'm witness about requesting a hit. Yes? How much is your fee? I see you're also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. Ah! No. I'm not thinking of Mr. Wright! Yes. You want to kill me. You want me dead, don't you? Why, no. Guilty! Mr. Beanswright, you are hereby declared guilty. Let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? Why are they... And they are your client, are they not? And I was about to go to jail because I was asking how much he gets paid. I like to think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person in hiring another to kill. If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very efficient at my job. Yeah. However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. And that goes without saying. Their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought that they could run away from their guilt. Are you talking about the button and the knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card. So that no one has to waste their time, including the police, I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible. Try to make things easy. My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out this service. But to disregard everything, to go and stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide my card from sight, that is something I cannot overlook. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing? That is correct. Usually the most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my service, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too. No, I already told you, I have no intention of using your services, ever. You keep looking at me like that. I'm the one on trial. Am I the one on trial here? Adrian Andrews already knew from the beginning that, that Juan Cordero was dead. From the very beginning? That's correct. From before my client visited the room, all of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. That's odd. But even more appalling is the creation of planting the knife and button. So why do you think your client did that? What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around at this crime scene is pretty risky. And that would, and why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyways? That is true. Assuming it was probably done to frame Mr. Ungar. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that? That you do it. Sadly, that is not possible, huh? Job is to kill, that is all. And to leave my business card, naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame to protect them, and it's my duty. Huh. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. That's an act and that's all you have to testify. Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to this stand again. Again, as in you plan to continue? Well, as I've yet to find a person to take my place, it become the fourth successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? Hey, excuse me? No, I'm really fine. Are you really now? What are you going to do now, Phoenix? What I could do now is expose the lies. That's true. However, I realize that will be very bad for our clan, right? One thing I know for sure is I can't let this trial end yet. Well, did twice, so. I thought like the knife would be the one that's like doesn't have the Adrian's fingerprints. One, two. Fucking finally, Jesus. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. D. Killer. What's the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea the Juan Cordelia had been murdered. But how? How do you think that? From this very wine glass. This glass? I always suppose I found Mr. Cordea's only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just part of Adrian's calculated plan? No, no, no. That's not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person, and have been planted. They would never have left their fingerprints behind. I see your point, Mr. Edwards. What's your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the exact same thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? Afraid you are mistaken. Adrian Andrews really is your client as you claim. Your client should have acknowledged of Mr. Cordea's death. If not, then why? That can only mean that Adrian was never your client at all. Damn, got him. How strange. Yes. Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an object at this absurd statement? Phoenix, the killer for what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You can't say things like that without any evidence. Sorry. Well, that was an awfully weak objection for you, the two of you. Anyways, I'm positive there was a contraction in the testimony. Prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. The request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request from my service on the night of the award ceremony. Met at a bar to discuss and finalize a few things. That's what occurred. I trust my memory and I believe I have not been mistaken. So you physically met your client, right? That is correct. Meeting one client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, time for your cross-examination. Okay, hold on 1 second. There we go. Well, Mr. Wright? Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. Mr. the Killer had met clients before the murder, then it's unlikely he is mistaken. So you're saying that his client really was Adrian Andrews? I guess so. See, it's just as I said. I'm so lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax. client knew the secret of the bear figuring. Well, yeah, because it wasn't found at... Why does it not say that it was found at... No. I have made no mistakes, huh? I'll show you a mistake that you made. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck! Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. It was important. There we freaking go. Injection. Many times will I repeat? Sure, but that is impossible tale. Surely to kill her. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. What would you say that? Because you made one big slip up about her. So what's the issue? Oh shit! What did you just say now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, you would look at one look would have told you that she's a woman. Ooh. He can't believe it. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? The witness testified to the following: that he always meets him face to face, and he has never quite met. He's never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, that is exactly the point. That means Mr. the Killer Clan could not have been Adrian Andrews. Oil. He's like, no. Please give me another chance. I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is without a doubt a very androgynous name. Yes, indeed. Lucky for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What is going on? Shelley the Killer. Court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. Does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify one more. I know he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but it's truth. I mean, this time, give us the truth and nothing but the truth. Yes, now I remember. I took the request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of Juan Cordea and 2 or 3 other small things. I saw the name at the time of the letter. I thought my client to be a man. Damn. Here we go. Two or three other things? Yes, and what were these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case. I think we should push them. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney, yes? Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client, which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? I smell the stench of a backstabber, but should you turn out to be one. Wait! Witness, it is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs you requested. If it's truly that important, I suppose I have no other choice. The bear figurine. The bear figurine? Through the assassins of the target, I was to find this figurine. I was told just to bring it to them. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Cordea's suitcase. Then what did you do next? I handed it right over to my client right away. You gave it to your client? Interesting. Knew it. Shelley the Killer, if you had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then why is this item? Then this item should not have been inside of it. This item? I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going. Where is everybody going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews. I was going to burn it for her sake. If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. Order, order, order. That's where you two were going. So by the fact that this was still inside the bear, it tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means, Your Honor, that is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. He broke. He broke. He went woke and went broke. No, liberal. No, I'm kidding. Order, order, order! Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's not... That's enough! If that is your intention, then there's only one thing for me to do. Wait, please, ladies and gentlemen, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to. No, no, please wait, not that, please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may say my hand. Otherwise... What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? I didn't understand this witness outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Edward, you can't do this. If you keep this up, man, she'll... Prosecution, What has come over everyone? Even you are... The prosecution... Press. What's going on here? The prosecution has no further questions. What? They're all so confused. Well, I never thought I'd see the day this is then. With usual situation. As the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold his stance. If that is the case, then even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. That means that Shelley DeKiller's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? If I end this trial here, right now, then your client, Matt Engard, would be declared innocent. And in its place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder. Miss Andrews would be charged with murder? Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Engard, to the stage. Can't believe it. Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide, but at least on the charge of murder, it would appear that you are innocent. Huh. So, I guess even the old Fudly Dudley dude figured me out. Mr. Engard? What an atrocious lawyer I've giving his own client up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap. It's just as atrocious, don't you agree? Anyways, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Please don't kill her. Right. I know. I know. I know. I know. We're waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Engard, your client deserves an answer. I'm sorry. Fuck. Fuck! Mr. Engard is... Whoa! Franziska von Karma? Where'd you come from? What are you doing? Ow! You see? Now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. This is exactly why you never take your eyes off of that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask me that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. Don't worry about Scruffy, he's fine. And his injuries are minor. All of these items are inside this. filthy old coat. This gun shoe. I could spread. Apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. Your Honor, inside this coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? God, thank you, Karma! You have regained happiness in me. Which I never thought you could. This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. Oh, do I have it already? No. What? Your Honor, it's our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Ms. Von Karma be allowed to... Oh, come on. Sorry. But you're right. However, this one's obvious. It's a pistol. Oh! The killer went back for it? That's 100%. A button. Oh, stop being a suck-up. Oh, do you think they do this? Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry, Ying Yang. I didn't even know she was right there. She scared the shit out of me, too. Yin Yang, you okay? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry if you heard that. I lifted up my chair, and then when I sat it back down, oh, I hope she's okay. I'm gonna go check on her. Hold on. She's okay. I didn't hurt her, really. Like, it just scared her, I guess. Because she's walking on it fine. Then, you want me to... No! 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 Oh, you died. No! There's no way that's the actual fucking ending. No. No, 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 no. Okay, okay, okay. It's fine, Shelly the killer. I did look this up, I won't lie. The videotape. Then that there's some weird evidence. Witness. Bailiff, please come reach. Oh. so that he can blame someone else and get not guilty. They said... Yes! Says Maya free? God, I mean, I'm about to ball out here, but I would totally break down. Holy crap. Oh, boo-hoo! Mr. On Guard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. It seems that in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man's very good at what he does. Sure, you would understand what I mean if you watch this videotape. Oh, now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is that right with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of a battle. Go on, Phoenix. Matt Ungard? Even though I am your lawyer, cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it, you can't run away from your crime anymore. No! Guilty, guilty, guilty. As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. I don't remember you helping out this much. Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard? I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. Sure, he's getting a full-course meal of whipped leather right now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. Prayed to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand in this trial, all I felt was despair. Danganronpa? But after that, when I was alone at the Ginger Center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. As of today, when the two of you use your combined strength to prevent, I feel like I finally saved. Aww! Wow, this is the first time I ever seen her smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I've felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. She's so happy. Like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things that I'm confused about. But everybody seems to be in good spirits. And that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned. Alright, come on. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. We now realize that there is more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. This is the moments think to the moments before Ms. Von Karma arrived with those final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decisions you had to make. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then, and your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right! Edgeworth? I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody. Really? Pearls? You're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in the patrol car. Ah, Mystic May is safe, Mystic May is safe. You really did it, Mr. Nick. Ow, she punches deceptively hard as a kid. I believe in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Aww. Thanks. Oh, what's wrong? Miss Von Karma. About earlier. Thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix, right? You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet you're happy. I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you? Don't worry. She may in time, after all. I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth. For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts. I use every dirty trick in the book, so my win record remains spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then I remember that one. That one was a really tough one. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecution office. And I left that note Prosecutor Miles chose death. As well you should have. Prosecutor who had shamed himself with the fee should crawl into a hole and die. But that's not what happened. After I left the prosecution office, I finally came to realize something. And it was that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense. We prosecutors use everything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trust your enemy? Doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only way we can do it is to fight with the knowledge we hold, everything we have. Erasing the paradox one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for an inch every day. For every inch. And we will always eventually reach that one single truth that I promise you. The truth? Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you already knew that, didn't you, Mr. Wright? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding, isn't that right? The man who... Okay, the man who had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night. Ah, is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why 1 year ago, I made up my mind. Decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool. Miss Von Karma? I don't want to hear the wretched wimp of a disgraced loser. Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. It's an electromagnetic receiver. You should keep this, right? Okay. Nick! Mia! Missing Mia! Oh, they're all back together. And that's all I wanted from this freaking trial. Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got on guard convinced, like I knew you would. Unconvicted. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. We sure pressed our luck this trial. You're lucky to be standing here. Whatever. Look, it's okay. It's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. That's easy to do, something like that. Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention that. Maya. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, looks like you really made some progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Oh, someone's hungry. Alright. I think it's time we get out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick! Food! Grub! Chow! I'm starved! I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. If you insist. Yay! Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick, huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I decided we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food! Why are we here? Hey, pal. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole thing. A telephone pole? Oh, it was a red light that got him. You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was going to give out on me. I ain't joking. Yeah, it was more exciting than the last episode of the Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bully Mr. Wright too hard. If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, you might just kick it. Tonight even. I'll keep that in mind. Come on now. Everyone gather around. Oh, we're going to get a picture. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us all now. Come on, tonight's all about eating. So let's get some chow, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you saved me, when you think about it, you were the detective who saved the day. Oh, me? You really think so? He's right. If it weren't for the 3 items he took, I think the trial would have had a very difficult end. Oh, well, you know, it's... Huh? Wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, sure I took 4 things in total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure. I put one of the items in my coat pocket. Oh, come on, y'all. It's over. Yeah, it was a button, wasn't it? Never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why did she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days? Weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So, to keep my mind off things, I drew a picture. Where's this picture? Yeah, I want to see it. You know, I don't know where it went. Oh, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyways. Ah. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? This thing is picking up something. Ah! That's Von Karma's receiver. Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life. I can't believe she snuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something. Oh, no. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid about it. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I have some work to do. Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. You've eaten way too much, you glutton. Oh, well, she's been starving. I have fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? I just wanted to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, Mr. Wright. I feel like words alone here aren't... I mean, like, words alone aren't here. I'm gonna look it up. What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. That was the whip, by the way, if you're wondering. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya. Yes, Pearly? I thought you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick? Pearly! Would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me. Anyway. So, who's paying for this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick! Huh? Oh, yeah. I'm kind of at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. Damn. Huh? Let's finish this. Alright, I got me a situation like that myself. Perhaps a camera shop. Just bought myself this new one. Actually, I reckon you... Isn't this great, Nick? Yeah, Nick. Why do... Wait, that's it? What's he... And that... Wow. Feel like a pro. Feel like a pro. Come on now. You are a pro. Jeez. Oh my gosh, dude. This game. I do like it more than the original. I mean, the original... I do think it's weird because the original had 5 episodes. This one only had 4. But the trials were twice as long in this one, I believe. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Pearl. I do think that this game was interesting, and I kind of wish I didn't play it at the same time as Danganronpa 2, because that was just a big mistake. But I really wanted to see and kind of compare them. These games aren't comparable, because I do like Phoenix Wright a tiny bit more than I do like Danganronpa. But Danganronpa is like way more chaotic. This one's more leveled to an extent. I do think that this game's ending trials were really cool, like a bunch of twists. The whole fact that the guy was betrayed by Matt, the Shelley the Killer was betrayed. Oh, it's Bird! Or Bride. One of the two. Oh, you're retiring? Aww. We probably will in Trials and Tribulation. It's also weird because There is one Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game that I'm not sure if I'm gonna play it. It's called Phoenix Wright Ace. It's actually not Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's Miles Edgeworth. Recently, yes, that girl, you know, I haven't seen her around. Yes, but I remember if I even laid it, she would go crack. But it doesn't matter now. I got whipped though. Okay, well, I think like the one thing I wish this game had was there was a character in the original. I believe her name was like Emma. Let me look up her name. Oh, there's Max. Max and Max and I think Ruby was. Yeah, there's also Mo, of course, and the puppets and the acrobat. I don't remember every character's name, of course. There's Mo. I remember Mo, because Mo... The laugh. I can't do the laugh again. Yeah, that trial was freaking long. Like... From 18 to 29 was...
These people out
sorry, my TV disconnect. Nah. Oh my goodness, dude. I'll take a short leave of absence. If you'd like to request my service, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed. Oh, it got destroyed. I think her name was Emma. But she was a very important character, and I'm kind of surprised she didn't appear in this game at all. March 23rd. Where are you going, Francisca? How do you know I was here? With this. That's... I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices and his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy, drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage, but it was going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout. I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? Seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. Put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Francisca? So many exemptions from me expectations. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that, but to me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to be. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have always been. And always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I didn't throw my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right, you knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. The prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you would think deeply about what you should do striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And now then, finally my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. Be better than Edward? I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw everything away. I mean, everything away I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You're going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Is that right? Today you chased after me after I had left you behind all these years. That's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma. Oh, she's crying. I'm Franziska von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Oh, don't cry. Come on, you don't need to cry. Oh, does that lead to the Miles Edgeworth games? Phoenix Wright? One day? Someday. I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Till then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fourth piece. So I can give it to you when at last we meet again. Oh. That was what she drawn. Or drew? I don't fucking know. Alright, guys. That was Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Justice for all. Next time, whenever we play another Phoenix Wright game, it will be Trials and Tribulation. Be right back. Well, guys, I'm just going to end this video here. Thank you all for watching. If you like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, go watch some of the other parts if you haven't already. And go watch the first series, because it's really good. And if you like visual novels, go watch Danganronpa. Or Yandere Simulator, the prequel, the visual novel. I also play that as well. But thank you all for watching. See you guys next time. Sorry if you just see a color bar. Bye.